So here is the most common question that I get asked. Is the glide like a theremin? Short answer is no, and the slightly longer answer is no, but I can kind of understand why you might think that. My name's Keith Groover. I invented this instrument called the glide. So first, what is a theremin? The theremin's an instrument designed in the 1920s by Leon Theremin, who was a Russian physicist and inventor. Originally, it was called the ether foam, and it grew out of Russia's experimentation with proximity sensors. And that's essentially what the theremin consists of. It's two proximity sensors. These are antennae. The vertical antenna controls pitch, and the horizontal one controls volume. The closer you are to the pitch antenna, the higher the pitch, and the closer you are to the volume antenna, the softer it is. The instrument was simple, it was easy to understand, and it was fun to play with, and it was all based on how close or far away you were from these two antennae. Now, a quick overview of the instrument I designed, the glide. The glide is based around a tiny sensor called an accelerometer. Accelerometers sense acceleration, which is similar but not quite the same thing as motion and has nothing to do with position or proximity. If you move, tilt, or shake an accelerometer, it will send a signal back to the processor. Couple this with 3 note buttons, 2 octave buttons, a thumbstick, and 2 function buttons, and you can choose 48 different notes, glide from one note to any other note, change the volume, change the tone, play whatever scales and arpeggios you want, and since it's a MIDI controller, you can do all of this using whatever sound you want. In the physical design and the method of making music, they're basically nothing alike. So why am I getting this question so often? I think it comes down to a particular thing the glide can do and the theremin can do, which very few other instruments can do. It can easily slide from one note to another note. Now the violin can do this, but only on one string. The trombone can do it, but only on one harmonic partial. A pedal steel can do this, but the note starts dying out as soon as you play it. The human voice can do this, but you run out of air after a little bit and have to stop to breathe. So the glide and the theremin have this one thing in common. You can slide from any note to any other note without losing volume along the way. However, the glide can do some other stuff too. It can hit an unprepared note. It can play fast scales. It lets you control tone. And most importantly to me, it is much easier to play. In fact, there were 2 other instruments invented in the 20th century that were meant to be theremin-like, just easier to play. One is the on Martineau, which was invented in 1928 by Maurice Martineau, and it's been used in dozens of classical pieces and has had a bit of a resurgence recently due to Johnny Greenwood of Radiohead. He uses it extensively. The other is the electro-theremin, which is also known as the tannerin, which was developed by trombonist Paul Tanner and inventor Bob Witzel. This is actually the instrument you hear in the Beach Boys song Good Vibrations. So, to sum up, the glide can do a lot of things, including some things that the theremin is famous for doing. And I can see why someone might hear one of those unique sounds and go, hey, so is it like a theremin? No, not really. All right, here's my impersonation of what it sounds like when someone plays a theremin for the very first time. All right, here's what the glide sounds like. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope this helps clear up a few questions that are going around the internet. And make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.